Hey everybody, it's Scott with Harper Health AZ. Today I'm going to do something really different for me, but this one I saw at the store and figured I would give it a try. It's tofu shirataki, and it's just basically spaghetti noodles. And I don't know if this could be like a spaghetti style or a miso type, because I'm going to be trying some miso paste in there and probably throwing in some liquid aminos. Then also a bunch of veggies. So it's really going to be an odd one. Not exactly sure what to call this one. So we'll see when I'm done to exactly what this is going to be called, or maybe it'll just be a guessing game of what did I do? And I grabbed a nice colorful variety of veggies that I'll be throwing in with it. So first thing I'm going to be doing is following the directions right on here. So main thing, drain and rinse thoroughly. So let's go ahead and do that one first. The next thing it says to do is just boil it in some water for 2 to 3 minutes. So we'll fill up our pot with water. Then I'm going to bring my water to a boil first. And after feeling the consistency of those noodles, I'm definitely thinking this can be more of a ramen, because they felt a lot like those old ramen noodles, the really cheap, I think 15-cent packages. At least that's what I kind of remember. Been years since I've had one of those. But this one's probably gonna be more of a hearty ramen dish, which I do really enjoy. And if you don't have this tofu shirataki to use, you can always use bean sprouts. That's actually the way I usually have my ramen, is I do pretty much the same thing with veggies here, but I'll do the bean sprouts for them. And the thing that makes it great, liquid aminos. So while I have the water getting ready to boil before I throw my noodles into there, I'm just gonna leave them in the drain for now. I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting up my veggies here. Now the veggies that I'm going to be using in here is of course an onion, some red cabbage, the rest of the spinach I do have, 3 Brussels sprouts, 1 large garlic clove, and 1 tomato. And of course with all my veggies I have already washed them, so it's just dicing them up at this point. Also, one thing when I'm making my ramen, I have no idea why I do it like this, but I love having the spinach in there. Something about it just tastes so good to me. And then, as always with my red cabbage, I'm just gonna take a nice big chunk off of it. I'd say maybe it's close to 1/4, maybe a little bit less on there for it. Now, of course, one thing when I always have red cabbage out, I have to give some treats out. Anybody there? Anybody want red cabbage? And he loves the red cabbage. That's how much he loves it. It's always wagging there. Then we got the cat who thinks he likes it. Love these animals. And for the onion, I'm doing maybe half. All right, and I boiled it for 3 minutes here. Looks pretty good. And then it says just go ahead and drain it and then add it to your favorite dish form. So I'm just gonna drain it now. All right, since I got it draining now after I cooked it for that 2 to 3 minutes, I'm gonna fill this up with more water, throw it back on the stove, have it warmed up, throw my veggies into it now. All right, so we'll go ahead and move right over to our stove. All right, now that we got the water warming up here, I'm gonna go ahead, throw in some liquid aminos. This one I'm just gonna be doing to taste. A little bit in there. Now I'm going to grab some of the miso paste. Then we'll just mix that up and let it kind of dissolve into our water. And that's all I'm going to be using for the white miso paste, just a small spoonful of it. And I like letting that dissolve. Once it's done for the most part, I'm going to go ahead and add all my veggies in. Try to make most of them into the pot. It gets very nice and colorful with my meals that I make. I think one thing I am going to do, since I only see a little piece of tomato, is add another tomato to it. Alright, got another tomato that I'll add to it. And as always, if you want to know exactly what I'm putting in here, I do leave the ingredients, the recipe in the description below. And just mix this up some. Add a little bit more of the liquid aminos. Now I do have a trick that I use with the liquid aminos, is I always have 2 bottles of these, and it's because when I buy a new one, I put half of the liquid aminos in that one and leave half in here, and then I fill the rest up with water. I find it goes a lot farther and it cuts down on the salt content for myself personally. Plus this one is gluten-free. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of garlic salt to it. And then just because I've been enjoying it so much in every single recipe, I'm going to add some thyme to this one. And since I have everything on here, I'm doing about a medium heat. I'm going to throw a lid over it. I'm going to do this for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'll stir if I need to for it. I'm just going to keep an eye on it while it's going through here. I just want to make sure the veggies get nice and soft. Go with the tofu shirataki, and then I'll throw that into this pan here. And so they've been in there for about 5 minutes. The red cabbage and Brussels sprouts is still very crunchy in there, so it needs a little bit longer just to get soft enough for this recipe. I don't got any more red cabbage right now. I put it away, I'm sorry. Alright, now that we've had it cooking for 10 minutes, it's definitely a really good consistency for all the veggies. We'll go ahead and add the noodles in. Main thing with this one, breaking up those noodles a little bit so you get some in every bite, because I definitely got a lot of veggies in here, which I always do enjoy getting a lot of variety in my meals. I'm gonna keep it on a low heat for now. Grab myself a little scoop of it. Grab myself a little scoop so I can have a taste test, make sure all the seasonings are just the way I want. Let it cool down first, of course. All right, let's go ahead and give this guy a taste test, let it cool down a little bit. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm really trying to think if it needs any other little seasoning to be added to it. Tastes very good. I know for my wife, she'll definitely add some garlic salt, some more garlic salt in there. So all I could say is maybe add a little bit more, the liquid aminos, which will bring up that salt content a little bit. But other than that, it is a really good meal. I'm actually very surprised about this because I was kind of lost on exactly what I wanted to make. But this Hearty Shirataki, or maybe a hearty ramen is what I'll call it for the video, is very good. It's really simple and easy. I mean, it's kind of just waiting for stuff to cook on the stove, which really isn't that hard, and then cutting up all the veggies. Pretty simple, easy way to make a meal. And if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and as always, share it with everyone out there. We are moving up on subscribers, inching towards that 1,000. We're still in the 500s for now, but we'll get there. It'll just take some time. And until next time, you guys have a great rest of your day.